gotta focus on yourself, on your faith, on your dreams, on your mind, on your health, yeah. You gotta work, never tell, keep your head down, find what you love and excel, yeah. Push and pull and...
The Redmi Turbo 5 Max has just launched, and it comes packed with some seriously impressive specs. You're getting a huge 9,000 mAh battery, the Dimensity 9500S processor, a metal frame paired with a fiberglass back, and a Huaxing Optoelectronics M10 1.5K large radius flat display. On top of that, it features the Lighthunter 600 main camera with 12.5 EV dynamic range, which honestly makes this one of the most cost-effective mid-range phones you can buy right now. For the price, the hardware setup is very hard to fault. In this video, I'll walk you through everything step by step, starting with the unboxing and the included accessories. A quick shout out to my tech partner from China for sharing this video. A big thank you for making this possible. Hey everyone, it's Maiky from techmaiky. If you love staying updated with the latest gadgets, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our exciting tech content. Inside the box, you still get a 100-watt USB-A fast charger along with the familiar black soft silicone case. Nothing surprising here, but it's good to see Redmi sticking with a complete package. Now, let's move on to the phone itself, which is probably what you're most curious about. Starting with the design, I'm holding the Cloud White version. The back looks similar to the previous generation, featuring a subtle vertical stripe pattern that really shows its texture when light hits it. On the front, there's a large 6.83-inch display, the same size as last year, combined with a right-angled metal frame and a fiberglass back panel. In the hand, it feels solid and well-balanced. What really stands out this time is that despite the battery upgrade, the weight remains exactly the same as the previous generation at 219 grams, and the thickness is just 8.15 millimeters. That's a very meaningful improvement and something you can genuinely feel during daily use. Looking at the camera module, Redmi has gone with a metal guide rail design similar to what we've seen on the iPhone 17, so this definitely isn't cheap plastic. The camera area also keeps the breathing light design from last year, letting you customize light effects for notifications like messages, calls, music playback, or even gaming alerts. Next to the camera, there's a symmetrical layout with the flash and an ambient light sensor. I also noticed a small but interesting detail. Both the Redmi logo and the power button have a subtle reddish accent. The power button in particular has a fine red outline rather than being fully red, which gives it a really distinctive look when viewed from the side or under light. Overall, the design has a lot of character. Let me know what you think. If you had to rate the look from 1 to 10, what score would you give it? Now let's jump into the system and talk about this big display. Honestly, this screen feels like it's punching above its weight. The viewing experience and bezel control are so good that it almost feels like it slightly outperforms the Redmi K90 series. It uses a large radius flat panel and the bezel management is excellent. Officially, only the bottom bezel is a bit wider, with one side measuring 1.78 millimeters and the other three sides at 1.5 millimeters. For this price range, that's very impressive, and in real use, I didn't notice any uneven bezel thickness at all. The display uses the same Huaxing Optoelectronics M10 luminous material found on the Xiaomi K90 Pro Max, with a 1.5K resolution, a 120Hz refresh rate, and peak brightness reaching 3,500 nits. Overall, the panel quality is excellent, and visibility remains clear even under strong outdoor sunlight. When it comes to eye protection and dimming, it supports DC dimming at medium and high brightness levels, along with 3840 Hz high-frequency PWM dimming at low brightness. Based on my real-world testing, I didn't feel any eye fatigue even during long sessions. It also comes with ultrasonic fingerprint recognition, which allows you to register your fingerprint in one go and works well even with third-party tempered glass screen protectors. The only downside here is that compared to the K90 Pro Max, it doesn't include the super pixel feature, which is a bit of a shame. Finally, let's talk about the core performance, which is where I really want to focus. Instead of using the Snapdragon 8 Gen 5 found in many competing phones, Redmi has opted for the Dimensity 9500S. There's no compromise here in terms of architecture or cache, as it uses the same design and full-speed cache as the Dimensity 9400. Performance-wise, it's on par with the Dimensity 9400 and Snapdragon 8 Elite, and clearly ahead of many Snapdragon 8 Gen 5 devices. This is where Redmi's cost-effective distinctive flagship strategy really shines. The phone is equipped with LPDDR5X Ultra memory and UFS 4.1 storage. In Geekbench 6, it scored 21628 in single-core and 8379 in multi-core, while Antutu results reached 3.12 million. These numbers are very close to what we've seen from the Snapdragon 8 Elite, which is seriously impressive for a device in this segment. The unit I'm using is the 16 gigabytes plus 1 terabyte variant, and in storage benchmark testing, it scored an impressive 250,000 points. That result is well ahead of my Xiaomi Pad 8 Pro with 24 gigabyte plus 1 terabytes, and even ahead of many other flagship phones that also come with 1 terabyte storage. Of course, benchmarks are only a reference, but they still reflect real performance and overall build quality to a certain extent. Compared with the previous Turbo 4 Pro, this generation clearly fixes the most critical weaknesses. Now let's move on to battery life, because this is one of the biggest highlights. It packs a massive 9,000 mAh battery. After a full day of testing with dual SIM 5G enabled, including heavy usage like switching devices, handling large data transfers, and running performance benchmarks, the average power consumption was an astonishing 3.4 watts. Even under these conditions, after 5.5 hours of screen-on time, the phone still had more than 40% battery left. After nearly 7.5 hours of screen-on time, it was still sitting at 21%. Can we say this is far ahead of the competition? Honestly, I can't even imagine how strong the battery life will feel once I go back to normal daily use. Do you think this kind of performance truly matches a 9,000 mAh battery? Next, let's briefly touch on the camera. Imaging usually isn't the main focus for this type of phone, but it's still worth mentioning. The Lighthunter 600 main camera supports a high dynamic range of 12.5 EVs. After introducing high dynamic range to the Xiaomi 17 Pro series, Redmi has now brought this feature down to its mid-range lineup as well. The benefit is very clear in real use, especially in high contrast scenes and low light environments. That said, considering the price, it obviously can't compete with the main camera of the Xiaomi 17 Pro. But at around the £250 price range, this level of camera performance is already very impressive. What more could you realistically expect? Finally, let's talk about the peripheral features. The phone uses symmetrical dual LEN 115F stereo speakers, supporting up to 400% volume boost and half-step volume adjustment at the low end. So what does half-step adjustment actually mean? In simple terms, when the phone is in silent mode, you can short press the volume up button to raise the volume in very small increments. The advantage is that you won't disturb people around you. Regardless of how complex the engineering behind it is, this feature is genuinely useful in everyday life. On top of that, the phone supports IP66, IP68, IP69, and even IP69K water resistance, which is excellent protection by any standard. It also includes dual-band GPS and quad-band BeiDou, making lane-level navigation completely reliable. So to wrap things up, the Redmi Turbo 5 Max truly deserves to be called the best option in the £250 price segment, just as the official positioning claims. First, the choice of the Dimensity 9500S processor puts it well ahead of the Snapdragon 8 Gen 5, and this generation clearly fixes the performance limitations of the Turbo 4 Pro. Second, the massive 9,000 mAh battery takes endurance to another level. Many people feel that the tech world hasn't made big leaps in the past couple of years, but I believe that delivering meaningful improvements to user experience in the most popular mid to low-end models is where technology really shines. If you're looking for a mid-range phone that's hard to get wrong, the Redmi Turbo 5 Max is definitely worth choosing. I'll see you in the next video.